2026, a new year with new projects and probably a lot of them to manage. If you don't have a system to track your projects, then chances are they are going to fail. This 2026 project plan Excel template, one that I've been working on, refining, and developing for over 15 years as a project manager with milestones and also a clean Gantt chart, make sure that your projects and your year is a successful one. So let me now walk you through it and show you how you can build one of these yourself. Now, if you do want to pick up this pre-built and pre-optimized template, the first link in the description down below is for you. Otherwise, let me now walk you through the key elements and how you can create this from scratch if you do decide to do so. Now, one thing I will say is in terms of formatting, I would personally align with your organization's branding and color scheme. So I've gone for a gray and kind of black and various different colors in my Gantt chart here, variation. But as I say, make sure you align so that all of your templates are in sync and that it all looks professional and optimized for you. Now, what I've done before building all of this out is I have put a subtle gray background color on. That way it kind of creates different content areas and it's very kind of really clear and really visual. That's really, really important for a project plan. The next thing that I've done is I've given the document a title and I've put that in B1 and I've made it quite big. That way, if you open it up, if your stakeholders open it up and you share it with them, they know exactly what they're looking at. I've also created core content areas at the top. One for the project name, where you can specify what the project is. Obviously, this is a template, so you can use this across various projects. I've put a placeholder or a section for where you can put the project manager name. It could be yourself, but if you're sharing this with other project managers in your team, then it gives them somewhere to store that information. We've got project start date, and I'll show you how this works in a minute because it's a formula. We've got project end date as well. And I'll show you that as well. We've got project duration. This is also a formula. I'll walk you through all of that and all the drop downs shortly. Now, in terms of the main content area, we've got a table that we've set up. So these are all of the different columns. So in B7, we've got work breakdown structure number, and this shows us the hierarchy of the milestone to the tasks. Now, I will touch upon these in a second, but let me just continue with the work breakdown structure. So here we've got 1, so this is the first milestone of the project. We've got 5 key milestones or phases, if you like, and then we've got some subtasks, activities, or another way of describing it. But you can see here the parent-child relationship. So this is a part of this milestone or this phase, and this is a kind of sub-task of this task, if that makes sense. So you can see the relationship, and that's done with the work breakdown structure. So that's how this essentially works. So hopefully you can see that pattern there. Next, we have task name. Here we have the kind of core phases that I've touched upon. So we've got the 5 core phases: project conception and initiation, definition and planning, launch and execution, performance and monitoring, and closure. And I've put a subtle light background on this so you can see that's differentiated from all of the tasks, activities, etc. And then we've put all of these in. So in terms of getting these, I've put these, I've made them kind of generic so that regardless of the industry that you work in or regardless of your organization, they make sense and you can use them. These align with all projects. Now, if you did want to get your own bespoke list, then of course that's something I recommend. The other thing that you can do is you can go into something like ChatGPT and you can put a prompt in like this. You are an experienced project manager. You are tasked with creating a project plan. Provide the key tasks and activities that are applicable for a project under the key phases. So, and then I've just listed all those here. You could say something like a project plan for a finance project, for a construction project, etc. This is a very basic prompt to give you an idea as to how this kind of typically works. So there's that. Now, the other thing I want to mention is you can add additional columns here. So I've just walked through the task names. You could do something like task description if you wanted to. You could also add columns like priority and things like that. It just gives you more content areas to add information if you need it. It's probably a bit overkill, so I've just kept it as basic as possible and all of the kind of core data that you're going to want to capture. Next, we have status, and this is set up as a drop-down. So the statuses we have here at the moment are not started, in progress, complete, and on hold. You might want other statuses like cancelled, etc. The way I've set this up is as a drop-down. So essentially all I did here was select all of these. I've gone on, or all of the cells you want the drop down in. I've selected data. I've gone to data validation, data validation. I've changed this to list. So allow, I've changed that to a list rather than any value. And the source, I just did equals, and then I selected this content area. So from K8 through to K12, what this is basically saying is look in this range, and I want you to make the options a list from whatever's in there. So as an example, if we wanted to add a new status, I'd add it here and just expand the range. And by doing this, we have all of these options, and you can just update them accordingly as those tasks are completed. Assigned to, self-explanatory. Who's in charge of that? It could be yourself, it could be a team member, just somewhere to store that information. We have start date and end date as the next columns. I have set these up as date columns. So format set. So what you basically do is select the column, right click, format cells, and then you select date. That's essentially how you do that. And if I kind of hover into these, you'll see them in the date format. Now, the start date I've put is the 2nd of January 2026, and the final date of the project is the 4th, the 10th of the 4th. March, January, February, April, March. Yes, January, February. Yeah, of course it is. March. So here, when we go back to the project start date, this is pulling in from the first milestone, or it could also be the first task of the project. So this could be equals F8 or F9. And then whenever that's updated, that will update accordingly. Now the end date should be the same. So that should be equals, and then this will be the end date in the final task or activity in the project, or it could be here, because usually these roll up. So equals G35, and that should come in. Now, when I say these roll up, basically the start date should be for the phase should be the same here. So this, the end date for the final task should be the end date for the phase, if that makes sense. So this should be this. This should be this. You get the idea. It is, as you can see, but that's basically how that should work. So that when this is updated, that should update accordingly. That's how you want it to basically work. Now, in terms of the duration, what I've basically done here is this formula. Now, basically what it's doing is it's running an analysis on the cells in, or the start and the end date. So hopefully you can see that. It's an if formula. So it's basically looking at if anything is, or if information is in this cell, then go ahead and basically do a subtraction and then add 1, put it into the correct format. That's how that basically works. And I've got that, I added that here, and I've just kind of dragged it down. And then if we look at project duration, what this is basically saying is it's the same formula, but this time it's on the project start date and the project end date. Now, I have noticed a shocking spelling mistake there, so I'm going to update that there. So that's the duration, and then comments is somewhere to add any additional commentary against each task. It could be, oh, this has completed, but there's a few minor things that need to be done. You get the idea. There's loads of things you can put here. The project charter is stored in this location. You can put a link, things like that. So comments are always useful. So that's the core template itself. Now from this, we have created a Gantt chart. Now you'll see the various different phases have been differentiated with colors. And on the right-hand side, on the right axis, you'll see all of the different phases and underlying tasks. And you'll also see the dates at the top. So you'll see a scale. This is the 20th of December, 2025, and this is the 19th of April. So to create this was very, very simple. And if you want to learn exactly how to do this, the next video appearing on your screen now will show you exactly how to do this. Otherwise, as I say, if you want to pick up this pre-built template, first link in the description down below. Wish you all the best for 2026 and your projects.